All right, guys, so entry log, whatever, night one of foster care. Pretty much it has been super hectic. I just ran to Target and got a bunch of stuff. The little boy came to us and he was wearing a Batman shirt, and so I asked him, I said, who's your favorite superhero? He said Batman. I said, who's your favorite between Superman or Batman? He said Batman. So that's all he had to do. He said Batman, and now he's got like an entire room of Batman stuff. We bought him some Batman sheets. I got a Batman comforter, got a Batman nightlight that shines the bat signal on the ceiling in the house, in his room. Got him a big Batman stuffed, like, I don't know, like a stuffed animal, but it's Batman. And we got him some shirts, a few shorts, a few pairs of pants. We're probably gonna go back in the morning and get some shoes, because he only came with flip-flops. And it's starting to get a little chilly. It is 65 degrees outside right now, so we probably need to get him a jacket, because today it was chilly. It was chilly all day today, and it's pretty brisk right now. So we'll pick him up a jacket tomorrow morning. And anyway, but besides that, day one is in the books. So he's about ready to pass out. We gotta go home, we gotta make his bed, and he's gonna go to sleep. I'm taking tomorrow off. I am putting in a sick day, and we're gonna hang out all day together. So pretty excited about that.
Let's listen again. Remember to keep a lookout for gold doubloons. Whenever we solve a pirate problem together, they'll appear. Everybody ready? I got my sword. I got my map. I got my pixie.
Hey guys, how's it going? So we are on our way to the grocery store. It's also including
Little bug.
yes, little bug back there in the back. And last night went really, really well. I don't think it could have gone any better.
Absolutely not. It was so smooth.
I didn't get any sleep just because I was so like, I was listening.
Yeah.
Which I think any new parent would do that. But.
And I didn't get any sleep either, because we slept with our door open, and I felt like, and his door was cracked open, and I felt like my shuffling around in the bed would wake him up. So I was like trying to stay still. And then about 3 o'clock in the morning, I got up and checked on him. He was out. He was so done.
Passed out.
Yeah, he passed out probably around, what, 10 o'clock?
It was like 9:30.
Yeah. So, anyway, but the first night went great. We have had zero crying this entire time, which we're super excited about. He's loving the dogs, right?
Yep.
Yep. So.
Which is good. I was afraid that it was an older child that they might be afraid of the dogs. But we are on our way to the grocery store. Are we gonna get juice? Yeah, we're gonna get some juice.
Are we gonna get chocolate milk?
Oh,
Yeah.
he loves chocolate milk.
Mm-hmm.
Loves chocolate milk. So we're gonna get that, and we're gonna get some things for breakfast and for lunch. Probably just gonna do like PB&Js for lunch, something simple. I mean, what kid doesn't like a PB&J? So we're still trying to figure out what things he likes and what he doesn't.
And now he has new shoes. He has, what's your shoes called? Who's on your shoes? Padro?
Paw Patrol.
Pop Patrol. Is that what it's called?
Paw? Like a paw?
Oh, Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol. That's a hard word to say. So, anyway, got him some new shoes now, and got him some new clothes, and we are grocery shopping. Guys, we are walking to the park. It is just across the street from our neighborhood, and we live really close to the front of our neighborhood. So we're going to take a walk to the park. What's up, guys? Kalyn is in the shower. I want to give you my recap of today. There's absolutely nothing bad to say about him. There's nothing at all. Like, the age is difficult, just because he's very dependent but independent at the same time. There's a lot of emotions going on in that little body of his. It's difficult because, like, he's not happy. Like, he has moments of happiness, but he is not happy, and you can see it. It's written all over his face, and you can just tell that he is really stressed out. And like I said, he has moments of happiness, you know, like when he's playing with the dogs, or when he's showing people in Walmart his new shoes. He's in a lot of pain, and you can see it in his face, and you can catch glimpses of it from time to time. But it's absolutely beautiful when, you know, my dad comes over and he's like, look at my room. He's calling it his room. Everything we're giving him, he's calling it his. And it's awesome. No, it's like, we tell him, this is yours. This is yours to keep. Like, even if he goes home, every bit of money we've spent on him, and trust me, we've spent a little bit of money because it's not cheap. He literally came with a shirt with holes in it and a pair of pants that were too big for him and flip-flops. That is it. I think something I've seen that really stresses him out a lot is using the bathroom. Like, he's super independent and he can do it himself, but today we let him go because, I mean, we don't know. We don't know if he can take off his pants by himself or not. The first couple times I went and helped him, but then we were like, okay, well, we asked him if he needed help. He said no, and then I just didn't hear anything for a while, so I opened the door, and he was like pushing the door shut and crying. Not like sobbing, like a baby crying, but just like so stressed out that he's just like weeping. Anyway, he couldn't get his pants off in time, and he was just really sad about it. And you can tell it's not just that he's sad about it. It's like he gets sad, and then it's like everything else that's going on kind of like bubbles up, and he gets even more sad. I mean, it absolutely breaks my heart that someone who has such a beautiful kid, who has such a sweet kid, he wants to help with everything. We went shopping today twice, and he sat in the cart and he wanted to put things into the cart, like in a specific order, so that it sat around him nice and neat. And then he helped put it onto the conveyor belt so we could pay for it. He even wanted to carry the 15-pound bag of dog food in the house. And he wouldn't stop until I gave it to him. And I gave it to him, and he held it for a few seconds, you know, but it's a 15-pound bag. Here's Kalyn, she's out of the shower.
It was still very stressful because of just his age. He's 2 going on 3. He'll be 3 in December, and his speech is pretty delayed. Like, he's not where he should be in his speech, so it's hard to understand. He can't communicate very well. You have to kind of like fit puzzle pieces together. But like I think what I heard Robert saying is how helpful he is. Like he was like, dog food, because they're like a piece of dog food spilt, and so he was like, dog food, and he picked them up and he put them back in her bowl. I thought that was really cute, and he's really helpful. He's really sweet.
He's really helpful.
He's really well behaved.
And he's really smart too. He's really smart. Like, we have 2 full-size beds in his room. We moved one of them out today, and gave him the other half of the room that can be like a play area for him. But we moved the bed out, and he was guiding us like where to put the bed and everything. And he was like helping, and he's just so nice and sweet. And you know, like, he's showing everyone. My aunt came over and he wanted to show her his room, and my dad came over, he wanted to show him his room.
And he goes, Olivia is not allowed, or neither of her dogs are allowed into the bedrooms. Daisy won't go in, but Olivia, she'll straggle in there sometimes. And she was in the room, and he goes, get out of my room, doggy.
Yeah. And I just love that he's like taking claim to this, which you know, is fantastic. I think it's awesome. Because even if we can't keep him, he's going back with everything we bought for him. Yeah, we spend a lot of our own money, but at the same time, like, this whole thing, the whole thing about doing foster care is to make these kids' lives better. So if you can send them back better off than when they came to you, you know, at least that's something.
And you should have seen him in the store today. It was so cute.
Yeah.
Even just the smallest things, like getting his toothbrush.
Oh, he was
I picked
so
out the
happy.
toothbrush, and he was like, my toothbrush.
My toothbrush. My toothbrush.
Yeah, that's your toothbrush.
Yeah.
And when we came home, I took him out of the containers, and I set him up in the bathroom because they have like little suctions on the bottom, and I stood him up, and Robert like poked his head in the bedroom because I was doing something there, and he goes, "Come look, he wanted to brush his teeth," and he's in there and he's just brushing away.
Yeah, he's just brushing away, and it's just, it really, really breaks my heart that someone, I don't know, I want to have pity for the parents, but at the same time, like, to think that they would do something, because, I mean, Kalyn and I, obviously, we can't have kids without a lot of help. And to think that you have such a beautiful, nice child who's so sweet, and you would do something to ruin that.
Makes me really mad.
Yeah.
He is really sweet.
He's so
and I
sweet.
think today was really challenging for me, I think, because I don't know if he said this or not yet, but there were times when he was like really happy, and it was almost like a light switch went off, and he would just all of a sudden be like really, not mad, but just like he'd be really happy, and he'd realize, oh wait, and then he'd like get not even really sad, just kind of like, I don't know. I don't
Like
know how to
his
explain
entire
it.
facial expression changed.
Yeah, he would go to like,
and he would go like,
yeah.
like he just, like, the weight of the world is on his shoulders, and he was too young for that, you know, and he doesn't need to be going through this.
I feel like there may have been, I don't want to say abuse, but like today with his bathroom, and telling him about the bathroom.
Oh, how he broke down crying about going to poop. I told him a little bit about it, but you tell him, like.
Well, apparently when he's been going to the bathroom, we didn't know he was potty trained. He came he came to us in a diaper, so I assumed he was still potty training. Well, he went overnight, which is normal. So, but then all this morning, he's been dry. He was dry. So I was like, well, let's just try to sit him on the potty. or I told Robert, I said, before you put a new diaper on him, just have him try to go potty. And he did.
Yeah.
And I was like,
and
okay.
he'd been holding it for a while because he went potty for like half a minute.
Yeah, it was a really long one.
Yeah, really long.
And then after that, he was telling us.
Yeah, he was
like,
telling us. He's
potty,
like, I gotta go.
And every time I would go in there to help him do his pants, he wanted to do it on his own. So we got back from grocery shopping, and he said, potty. So I was like, okay. And he ran in there and he shut the door. So I was like, okay, he wants to try to do it by himself, which is also normal for that age. They want to do it on their own. And so I was like, okay, I'll just let him stay in there. But then he was like, we couldn't hear anything, and we were just like, let's just like make sure that he's okay. So then Robert went to go in there, and he had like barricaded himself against the door because he was crying because he couldn't get his pants off and he was pooping in his diaper. Yeah. And I almost feel like maybe he's been punished for that.
Maybe. Like he wouldn't let me come in.
He's been punished for pooping in his diaper. It's silly, right?
Yeah. I told him, I said, let me come in. And he said, no. And he pushed it up against the door. Like if you're just, every ounce of energy's ever been drained out of your body, and you're just like that kind of, like he had his head up against the door, and he just had his eyes closed, and he was crying, and he was saying, no. And I said, hey, I need to come in. And I checked it out, and I said, okay, let's take your pants off. Let's do this. You're going to be okay. And he did, and he was so sad, though. He was just crying. And I held him for a little while, and he just laid his head in my chest and just sat there quiet. And I told him, I said, you're going to be okay. This is not a big deal. That you did a really good job. And I said, you're going to be okay here. You're safe here.
I don't want him to ever feel like, and I know it's going to take time. It's only his first day, but it just makes me sad that to even think that someone would discipline a child for pooping in their diaper. Like, it's just silly. But he still hasn't pooped yet. Right?
Well, just that. I mean, just earlier today. Yeah, that was it.
He still hasn't pooped. When that happened, he didn't really get anything out, did he?
Not much, no.
So, no. But he really hasn't eaten a whole lot.
Yeah. He's not a big eater, and
that's a hard thing for me, because I don't know, and it's also hard going straight to a 2-year-old because they have preferences on what they're gonna eat. They can tell you, no, I don't like this. It's not like you're just giving a baby a bottle and they drink it. No, there's things that he's not gonna like, and you don't know. So you're literally going in blind, and you're at the grocery store. I don't know what this kid's gonna eat, so you just buy everything. Yeah. And you just try it out, and
I found out tonight he does not like strawberries.
No, he fed it to the dog. We said, here. It was so funny. We said here, because he wouldn't eat his sandwich. I made him a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And he goes, thank you, and goes, and took like the smallest little bite and goes, here you go, and gave it back to Robert. Like it was not even a bite. He just kind of like put it up to his mouth.
And he said, thank you.
I made him a peanut butter and jelly, and then, because we had a really late lunch. Yeah. We had peanut butter and jelly. I gave him the veggie straws, and some strawberries, cut up strawberries. So he wouldn't eat the sandwich, and so I said, well, let's try to just give him a strawberry. And so Robert gave him a piece of the strawberry, and he's like, here, have a strawberry. And he was like, me? And Robert's like, yeah, here you go. And he goes, I don't like it. And he was like, no, here, just try it. It's a strawberry. And he's like, I don't like it. And so he took it anyway, and he goes, here you go, and gave it to the dog. It was so funny.
It was funny.
And then when you were filling up the water bottle with ice, and ice was going all over the floor, and I was just like, there's nothing you can do about it. Just let it fall to the floor. And he was like, oh my goodness, like, oh, there's ice. And I was like, don't worry about it. It's okay. We'll clean it up. And Olivia's over there like,
she's eating ice, yeah.
But he noticed that Daisy was not. So he went and he picked up a big piece of ice and he's sticking it in her face. Here you go, here you go, here you go. And Daisy's like, here you go. Trying to shove it in her face.
Yeah.
Finally, he gave it to Olivia and Olivia ate it.
We probably couldn't ask for a nicer kid, honestly.
There's a long way to go.
There's a long way to go. We don't know how long we're going to keep him for. This is his second time in foster care. We don't know how long it's going to be for. We don't know if he's going to go up for adoption. We have no idea. None of that. I mean, they could knock on our door tomorrow or Monday and be like, okay, time to give him back now. We don't know. I hate it for him. I really do. I wish he was not having to go through this. But, okay guys, I think we,
It's really long.
yeah, I told you it's going to be long. But, I'll edit as much as I can, but, yeah, it's going to be long. Anyway, alright, thanks for watching. Thanks for thinking about us.
I'm so tired.
We are pooped.
It's only 8:20.
We are pooped, though. I tell you what, like, I did not sleep last night at all.
I didn't sleep well.
We left our door open last night.
I think
and
you already said that.
Did we?
Yeah, in the clip in the
Oh,
car.
okay. Anyway, we're pooped. So, and I'm really hungry or dehydrated.
I'm really dehydrated.
Really dehydrated.
I was not worried about myself today. I was only worried about him, so I didn't drink anything. I
No.
was so dehydrated.
And my
I hardly
breakfast.
ate anything.
Yeah, I hardly ate anything either. Like my breakfast this morning, we usually go on Saturdays and eat breakfast. And this morning I did, and I just barely touched it.
Yeah, me too.
So.
I think
Anyway.
our nerves were.
Alright, so thanks for watching. Thanks for thinking about us. We'll let you know how day 2 and 3 goes and all that, and we'll keep you updated.
Don't forget to like the video if you liked it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And leave a happy, friendly comment below. We'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Adios! Boop.